Hey guys, it's Dan. I'm down here in Yuma. I'm feeling a lot better, and I got a couple of friends here that I want to introduce you to. Okay, so here we go. Say hi to Bernie.
Hi,
And
Alice.
hi, Alice. Thanks a lot, Bernie. You're a LifeRegenerator fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Shake my hand, buddy. Okay, we're gonna let your mom tell us a little story because I think this might help inspire a lot of people. Alice, can you tell everyone about how the LifeRegenerator videos have benefited your life?
Yes, first of all, I started about September here, about 6 months ago, and I was going downhill really fast with my health. More than anything, just feeling very sick, a lot of pain, a lot of physical and emotional pain. And one day I just decided I need to find something different, so I get online and I figure there's got to be something out there better than what I'm doing, different, because I was already going to a nutritionist. I had to hold on the kind of foods I should eat, the portions, but the most important thing was I knew there was something better, and I just started clicking, and I find Dan the man with his funny way of expressing what to do with all these fruits and veggies and why we need to do this for ourselves. Most important thing was the love. I noticed that Dan would talk about loving yourself, and that was the first time I realized that I didn't love myself enough to eat the right foods that were right for my body. The food that I was eating was hurting my body. I weighed 250 pounds and I could barely walk. I hurt all the time, and then all of a sudden I just started juicing. And when I started juicing, it just changed from there, little by little. Getting on YouTube and watching Dan's videos was like my vitamin every morning. That would be the first thing I would do in the morning with the juice. And then if he came on with a certain recipe and he would mention this juice is good for this to help your body, then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's the one I need to do because that's where I'm hurting. So I'd go and I'd check it out and I'd start making the juice, and then all of a sudden, here I go. I start feeling better little by little. It just became automatic. The more I did it, the more I wanted the juice. The more I could feel that the juice was doing the difference. Not just eating, I would do eating raw, all the salads, but mainly the juicing helped me in the beginning.
So you've been very high raw for 6 months?
For 6 months.
And at that time you were just pretty much going downhill in the chair.
Yeah, I would sit in my recliner day in and day out. I try to work and I would manage as much as I could being self-employed, but that wasn't really helping much. I would just sit in a recliner and waste away. Just sit there and I didn't have any energy. I could barely walk. First time I went out for a walk, I did a mile and cried back to the car because I thought, I can't do this. I'm in so much pain. It was unbearable. But then all of a sudden I said, no, it took me years to get like this. I didn't take care of myself the right way. So I knew it would take a while for me to go back. And like you've explained in your videos, you regenerate it. You can actually regain your youth, your health. And so I started walking even more and more until I was able to do 6 miles in one day. From the first day, I could barely do a mile.
So here's the biggie that everyone wants to know. How much weight have you lost in 6 months?
About roughly, oh my goodness, with the juicing itself, maybe about 40 or some pounds. In a whole year, because it was going little by little, I've lost 67 pounds altogether. I went from a size 20 to a size 10.
So you're on the just nice, even, mellow path.
Very
easy. Not in a hurry?
Nope, nothing is a hurry. This is a lifestyle change. It's not something, a quick fix. It's not. It takes a lot of determination.
Have you been, well, let me just say to everyone that if you don't know Yuma, it's like the hardest place on the planet Earth to be raw, or high raw,
right,
by what you described to me, so anyways, I think you're doing great. Yeah, because I know Yuma. I'm trying to help my mom out here. Finding organic, fresh food is like trying to find like a needle in a haystack, but if you look hard enough and long enough, you can do it. So
right, and in the beginning, even if I didn't try organic, that's the best way to go. But if you know what kind of veggie wash to use and wash them very well, I mean, for me anyway, here in Yuma, I've been able to survive off of that. There have been times where you will feel the need or you want that other food, but it's little. It's a process. It's not an overnight thing.
So a lot of it, do you think, Alice, was it the raw foods themselves?
Yes, specifically the raw food, because like I said, about a year ago, I went to a nutritionist and I started to cut back on my food, on portions, but I still ate what everybody else does, the chicken and the fish and all the other foods and cooked food. But then little by little I thought, this is not it. I know there's something else out there better than this. And that's when I found you by just clicking and Googling, raw food. And you came up, you were interviewing Dave, the truck driver. And I just said, oh my goodness, if he could heal from all of that, what I have would be a piece of cake, which really, it hasn't been that easy, but it's doable. And that's the important part. I've learned a lot from just watching your videos about how to eat healthy, exercise. If I wasn't feeling like, oh, today I don't know if I could do a walk, I watch one of your videos and you're out there walking and all of a sudden like, okay, I'm turning this off, I'm going for a walk. That's the inspiration I would get from the videos.
Great. Dave the Raw Trucker, first one. Did you watch all those?
Oh yes. I had to go watch every single one.
So are you like one of those hardcore watch every video people
yes.
stalking me at my mom's house in Yuma?
Kind of. Once I started watching them, I figured, wait a minute, there's more. And the testimonies. I enjoyed listening to what he went through and how he found that. And then I could see the friendship between you two. You really enjoyed talking to him and getting the information out for those people who are hurting. There's a lot of people that, like me, I couldn't get up off my couch. So if I didn't have my computer and was able to see someone like you that makes an effort to do these videos and you put your heart into it, I'd probably still be stuck there. I would have probably fallen off that other diet or, with the nutritionist. I probably would have gone back to my regular eating because it would have been hard.
You don't get any real results until you get that electricity in there.
Yes. Yes. And once you start eating all that raw food and the juicing, it does something to the whole body, not just your physical, everything. You realize, hey, what I'm putting into my body is really doing good to me. And it just one step at a time led to
You've had some pretty, you told me the whole story, which we can't go into it today, but you've had some pretty profound, deep changes. You were severely depressed.
Very depressed, extremely depressed. And I was not on any medication. I've never taken any drugs or any kind of medication for depression, but I did have a lot of problems with my thyroid, and I was diagnosed with a thyroid problem. I'm no longer on any of that type of medication. It's a combination of the food and the spirit, what you realize once you start taking care of yourself. You do so much good. You eat right, you eat the right foods, you eat the live foods, you do the exercise, so all of a sudden it's like, wow, then everything is great. You just want to keep doing more and more of the right stuff.
Waking up to life.
Yes.
Life
yes. And
regeneration.
you believe me, you want to wake up in the summer, 4:30 in the morning, and really enjoy those mornings and get out and do stuff. And that's when I started in the summer, is when I started to make these changes, and gradually here we are now, waiting for the summer again.
Well, you've done a really good job, Alice. We definitely didn't get to go into everything you shared with me, but I think everyone gets the general gist that one, raw foods is kind of a no-brainer. Would you agree? In a way,
it's the simplest thing.
Once you get going, you're like, oh my God, how did I miss this my whole life?
Simple.
But we probably miss it because we don't have the love to seek out the truth, to become free. And you must have gotten desperate, like so many do.
Yes, very desperate, and that's I think one of the most important factors you just mentioned. It is so simple that it passes right by you and you don't notice it. And people suffer unnecessarily just because they don't know. It's the not knowing. Once people are informed, once you hit rock bottom with your health and you see death at the door, then you realize, I need to do something and wake up. And I did. And I thank Dan very much because he will answer all my messages. And anytime I felt like, okay, I think I need an explanation here, he'd explain that to me, and that really helped.
Thanks, Alice.
Of the day.
I hope you helped a lot of people.
Thanks,
Bernie, buddy.
Bye.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for watching this channel and taking care of yourselves and improving your lives. I am honored to be of service, and that is exactly what I'm here to do. Thank you.